So after the slate last night, after that 10-game slate, I think I prefer a smaller 4-game slate for today. Less players to choose from. Now, implement the strategy today for on a short slate like this. You attack one game, you stack one game, and hope for the best. 3 out of the 4 games didn't really interest me. This Indiana-Memphis game, to stack that whole game, I'm not interested in. Could be lower scoring. But I do like to take different pieces from that game because you cannot just game stack one game. You have to pick from 2 different games. So you have to have at least one player from another game. Everyone's going to pick the Warriors and Celtics game. And that should be the most fun game to watch. I think the most fun game to stack would be the Hawks and Trailblazers, but I kind of have a good feeling about this game. I think everyone's going to think that the Nuggets are going to blow the 76ers out of the water because Embiid and Jimmy Butler are both out. But Ben Simmons could go for 70. I really like that. I really like JJ Redick in this spot. He's going to go for at least 30. He's pretty cheap at 5,600. I mean, what, Embiid and Butler, that's like 35 shots to make up for. Now, on the other side of the ball, Jamal Murray, as of now, still early, but it looks like he may not be able to play in this one. And because of that, like Gary Harris, is like an under-the-radar kind of a play. Like, it's not too appetizing. It's not tempting to play him ever. But without Jamal Harris taking like 30 shots a game, it might work out. Now, this is my next kind of a GPP play. I feel like everyone's going to go for Muscala. But I like Jonah Bolden. He's more of a point per minute kind of a player. Yeah, let's say he plays 20 to 25 minutes, could score 30 at 4,100. I feel like without seeing him play that he's much better than Muscala is and ever will be. Jokic was suspended last night. Hopefully he keeps that out symbol because people will think he's out. We're going to play him because no Embiid. I mean, Jokic should eat. He should probably be the highest scoring player. Let's see. And then the other interesting thing, Corey Brewer's interesting. He'll probably start, but he's not too much game conditioned right now. But the most interesting thing is Malik Beasley and Monty Morris. Who gets to start and who gets more run? From how things look as of right now, if Jamal Murray can't play, or even if Jamal Murray can't play, Malik Beasley's getting more run than Monty Morris. So, if Jamal Murray doesn't play, will the Nuggets just throw Monty Morris into the starting lineup because Beasley has cemented a great role in the second unit? Or will they bump Beasley up? Anyways, I'm taking Beasley. And, and then from this, I'm playing 2 players from another game with 5,700 left. So I'm really liking Ben Simmons and Bolden, and of course Jokic. I think this is a viable game stack. You have three Nuggets and you have 3 and 3 basically. Now let's jump ship to this Warriors game. I like the Celtics players more than the Warriors right now. Like, you have to take Kyrie. He loves playing this Warriors team. He likes the challenge, and 50, 60 points is not out of the, 50 or 60 points is not out of the question. Now, as a GPP play, you take Klay Thompson. He struggled last game. Most people will be looking at, for that price point, like Boogie, even Al Horford, Draymond. Like, Klay Thompson's going to be down the shuffle. And then I like Marcus Morris as like an under the radar player for today. Like, this game, everyone's going to love this game because it's supposed to stay relatively close, and it's the highest scoring game at 2:30. And then, I'm tempted to take Boogie, but I think you take Draymond and Horford, and this is kind of like a hope. Like, you hope Horford, like the good Al Horford, shows up for at least 40, 45 points. I think people will take Boogie over him. Hopefully they will. I mean, Boogie good for 30. But he's more expensive than Horford. Horford is like a hope factor today. And that's not... If there's a 10-game slate, you don't pick players based off of hope. But today, you might have to. The next guard position, I like Iguodala, and then for the utility or the forward position, I like Looney. But in the roster construction that I was doing, I had to pick someone from another team, so I had to leave them both off. But it's the debate also with Steph versus Durant. I think Steph has a higher scoring ability. And you're looking at like 50 for him. And you're looking at Durant to get in his like high 30s. Might be a huge difference into taking some money or not. But also interesting player, I think, today is Gordon Hayward. He's punched in between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I think people are going to opt out for one of those players if they are in this price range. Hayward's less consistent. Here's another hope. But if Hayward cannot get up for this game against the Warriors, then he doesn't belong on this team. Like, this is his chance to prove he's capable of being the Gordon Hayward we all know before the injury. So, like, if he had 40 points, we're going to be so ahead of everyone else. So, this might be the most fun game to watch and play, so I think everyone's going to go to that. And personally, I'm going to have 3 different lineups for stacking the 3 games that I like, obviously. Now, this Hawks-Portland game has the potential to win you some money because it's the last game of the slate. Hardly anyone plays players from the last game of the slate because no one on the East Coast wants to stay up to 10 o'clock to watch the Hawks and Portland. It's not like an attractive game to watch. But this could be the highest scoring game. The Hawks could not only win this game, but they could stay close all game. I mean, I know they're 10.5 point underdogs, but right now, it's aside from like the Warriors, no one's really blowing anyone out in the NBA right now. So the only 2 players that are more or less consistent on this Trailblazers team is Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. So we're just going to throw these guys in there. The Hawks cannot guard point guards or shooting guards. Like, Trae Young's not known for his defense. Like, Trae Young might be worse than Harden on defense. I know Harden got better, but the old Harden on defense. Trae Young's not there for his defense. And then Herter may not play. If Herter's out, you just pencil in Taurean Prince. He's back from his injury. He's playing significant minutes. The Trailblazers cannot stop wing players too much. And speaking of that, we can go John Collins. He's probably the most underrated star in this NBA right now. And then we're going to lock in Dwayne Dedmon. Together, 80, 90, even 100 points is possible between these two. And no one's going to be expecting it. No one's going to be watching this game, so they're not going to be expecting that. Oops. My bad. So then, because it's a 4-game slate, like, I really don't like playing rookies. And people might think Trae Young is overly priced right now. But it's a good price to hit his low 30s and possibly hit 40s. Right? And then we have to pick one player from another game. So I'm going to leave that at the forward position. Now here's where things get interesting. Jake Layman. Seth Curry. Did they finally decide to play Seth Curry in the last game? This is what I don't like about the NBA. Of course, Seth Curry is coming back from a leg injury, but you have no idea how many minutes off of the bench someone's going to get. Like, come back from the leg injury, he's had like 15 games, more or less. And they just decided to jump up from 12 minutes to 30? With a good amount of run, he's going to get his points and fantasy points. If you think this game's going to be a total blowout, then Seth Curry looks like an unbelievable play. Even if he only scores 15 to 20 points.